One of the first reasons that people stay in toxic relationship is because of love. Yes, I hate to say it, I hate to admit it, but that's the real situation. Some people would be in a toxic relationship because they love the person. Honest love. It's not like they are trying to play games themselves. It's not like they even understand exactly what they're doing at some point. It's just that they are in love with the person. I don't know what the person did at the beginning. I don't know exactly what the person had to do to them for them to fall in love and to stay in love within the entire toxic relationship. But yeah, the first reason, unfortunately, is love. Love has actually blinded a lot of people. People that you'll never thought could be blinded. But yeah, that's what love does. And the first reason is actually love. Right next to that love, there is something that a lot of people do not understand at all. The second thing is hope. Yes. Sometimes you would think that hoping for something positive is definitely the way to be in life. But for some weird reason, some people happen to think that by hoping that the person they are in a toxic relationship with could actually change. Yes, they'll hope that the person change. They'll hope that the person realize that they've loved them well enough to the point where they decided to change their path. But that's the problem. Those people, they usually don't change. And you want to know why? Because they want to stay in power. They want to be the one controlling the relationship. Knowing that they are the toxic one, they'll continue to do things because they see that it's working. And that's the problem. While you're sitting there having hope, the person is actually doing all the opposite to make sure that you stay there, because not only he realized that it can control you, they also realize if they ever change it, they're not gonna be happy with themselves and they're not gonna be happy with the relationship. So yeah, hope is another unfortunate reason. After hope, we have something that is very disturbing. That one thing is the pattern. What kind of pattern are we talking about? Familiar pattern? Similar pattern? No. We're talking about the relationship that they started with, the relationship they had with their parents, the relationship they have between moms and dad, the relationship they had a visual one growing up. That relationship sometimes is the reason why a lot of people feel even comfortable to stay in a toxic relationship. Let's say that your mother was a toxic one. Let's say that your father was a toxic one. Let's say both people were toxic in a relationship. And as a child, having to register that from the beginning until you get older, the only thing you're gonna want in your life is to be in a toxic relationship. And you wanna know why? Because that's the only thing you know. And there's absolutely nothing anybody can tell you until you seek medical help. There is absolutely nothing you could do until you seek medical help. And there's no other way around it. People are gonna talk about it, you're gonna see the problem, but in your mind, you will never want to resolve the problem, because that one thing is actually who you are. And that pattern is one of the most critical things that society can't control. Yeah, you can't control how somebody is actually showing their kids how to be. Regardless of what happens in their house is not to be known by anybody. So by the time they get out and be themselves as adults, that's when you realize the amount of damage that was already done. And yes, sometimes it's not like the person can really do anything about it. It's that the person come to understand this is who they are. The fourth reason, which is for me the sickest one of them all. The fourth reason is the fact that the person is literally addicted to that kind of lifestyle. Knowing that you have the lifestyle or having to deal with that lifestyle, you know what I mean? Doing it for certain reason, thinking that you could be hopeful to change the person, those are understandable. We could actually try and understand where the person's coming from. But when it comes to you being addicted to one specific illness, for you to be thinking that by staying in a toxic relationship, that's exactly what you want, that's scary. And yes, for some reason, people do not understand how it is to be in a good relationship. Some people would even tell you that it's boring. Some people would tell you, yes, I understand that you want to put me in a good relationship where my man respects me, where my man do things that they're supposed to do for me, but I don't want that. I don't want the boring one. I want him to cheat. I want him to beat me up. I want him to do things to me because that's how I like it. I like the excitement. I like the makeup sex. I like all the other stuff that comes with it. And I'm not gonna settle for less because a toxic relationship is who I am and I love it. And that's the problem. And sometimes those people, yes, they're gonna try to act like they wanna be in a perfect relationship where the guy respect them, and at the end of the day, they're probably gonna end up cheating. Sometimes, regardless of how they do it, they'll also understand that, yeah, this is where I wanna be. Sometimes, regardless of how people around them make them understand it, they'll let them know at some point, maybe by actions, this is exactly where I wanna be. I want to be in that crazy relationship. I want him to be the one putting hands on me. I know this is not something we should even be talking about out loud, but the truth has to be told. Why do you think a lot of people are in relationships they're not supposed to be? It's not because they don't know they're in a bad relationship. At the end of the day, we're all adults. Why would you think that somebody is okay with being in a relationship knowing that this relationship is not working to the fullest in the eyes of everybody? The only reason is because they want to be in it. No if but about it. The more you get to think about it, the more you won't get anything out of it. I know that people are going to think bad about us, but this is us. This is what we want. It's literally them being okay with the relationship that nobody will ever understand. And sometimes people think they are in that kind of relationship because of money or because of sex. Some of those things could be the reasons, but the mental damage is one of the first reasons to think about. It's not just because of materialistic things. Sometimes they don't even care about that materialistic things. Sometimes they are the one having to work to provide because the person is too toxic. Maybe they've been to jail too many times. Maybe they've done things where they have to stay at home. Maybe they just don't want to work. Maybe they know that you always have to be the one working because that's how they like it. And sometimes, despite the fact that we think loved ones, friends, people that actually care for them could help them change, but the truth is quite simple. They don't want to change. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're putting themselves into. And the more we realize that, the more we're just gonna let them do what they want until it's too late for them. Basically, some of the reasons why a lot of people decide to stay in a toxic relationship is first, because they are in love. Second, because they have hope that the person is going to change. Third, because they grew up with that. They've seen their parents do it, and in their mind, this is exactly how they're supposed to live their life. It's because they like it. Yeah. No if but about it. They are literally addicted to it. They want the lifestyle. They want the lie. They want the sexual abuse. They want the beating up. They want all the crazy things you can possibly think of. They are addicted to it. And no, money and sex can't really do anything about it, because at the end of the day, there is more of a mental damage done than we can possibly think about. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, feel free to look around. If you happen to find something that you like, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. For those of you who've been with us from the get-go, we appreciate all the comments, we appreciate all the likes, we appreciate everything that you've been doing to support the channel. And if we've missed something in the process, feel free to let us know in the comments below. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.